The sun paints the sky in shades of orange and purple, casting long shadows across the perfectly manicured grass of the golf course. It's early, the kind of early where the world is still quiet and holding its breath. But every Sunday, without fail, one man is already here. An old man standing alone at the first tee, his silhouette framed by the dawn. The groundskeepers whisper as they start their day. There he is again, never misses a Sunday. He's a fixture, a quiet mystery that unfolds with the morning dew. He plays with a deliberation that's almost sacred. Each swing is slow, measured, as if the fate of the world hangs on the trajectory of the small white ball. He doesn't rush. He walks the fairway with a steady, unhurried pace, a lone figure in a vast sea of green. Those who have seen him up close notice the little things. He always carries an extra golf glove, neatly tucked into the side pocket of his bag. He doesn't say much to anyone, just a polite nod to the staff. But his gaze often drifts to the empty seat beside him in the golf cart, a silent conversation happening in a space no one else can see. The cart, designed for two, carries only one, but it never seems truly empty. One Sunday, a young golfer, new to the club and full of youthful curiosity, arrives just as the old man is about to tee off. He's heard the stories, the whispers about the silent Sunday golfer. Intrigued, he approaches cautiously. "Excuse me, sir," he says, his voice soft in the morning air. "Would you mind if I joined you for a round?" The old man stops, his swing arrested mid-practice. He looks at the young man, a long, searching look in his eyes. There's a flicker of hesitation, a moment where the silence stretches out before he gives a slow, single nod. And so, they begin, two strangers sharing the quiet solitude of the course. They play the first few holes in comfortable silence. The only sounds are the crisp crack of the club hitting the ball, the gentle rustle of leaves, and the soft thud of the ball landing on the green. The young golfer is a good player, but he finds himself more interested in his playing partner. He watches the old man's rituals, the way he carefully cleans his clubs after every shot, the way he pauses before each putt as if listening for advice. The extra glove in the bag remains a puzzle. It's not a spare for him. It's a different size, smaller, more delicate. The empty seat in the cart feels more pronounced with two people now walking the course. As they approach the turn at the 9th hole, the halfway point, the young golfer's curiosity finally gets the better of him. They're waiting for the green to clear, standing by their cart. "If you don't mind me asking," the young man begins gently, "I've noticed you carry an extra glove. Is it for good luck?" The old man turns to him, and for the first time that morning, his expression softens. The wall of silence he'd built around himself begins to crumble. He reaches into his bag and pulls out the smaller glove, holding it in his palm. "This," he says, his voice raspy with emotion, "this was my wife's." He looks out over the fairway, his eyes distant, seeing a time the young man couldn't. "She used to caddy for me. Right here, on this very course. Every Sunday. She knew my game better than I did. She knew every break and every green, every tricky lie. She always wore this glove." He pauses, taking a deep, shaky breath. "Today's the anniversary. The anniversary of the last game we ever played together, right before she passed away. The world seems to stand still. The mystery was never a mystery at all. It was a memorial. The story spills out of him, a gentle flood of memories he's held close for so long. Every year since she's been gone," he continues, his voice thick with unshed tears, "I come back. I play the same 18 holes. It's our tradition." He gestures to the empty seat in the cart. "She's still here with me. I talk to her before each shot. I ask her which club to use, how to read the putt. She always tells me to trust my swing. Golf wasn't just a game for him anymore. It was a conversation. It was a way to walk with her one more time, to feel her presence in the sun on his face and the breeze at his back. It was how he kept her memory, their memory, alive. They play the back nine in a different kind of silence. It's no longer the silence of strangers, but the shared quiet of understanding and respect. The young golfer listens as the old man occasionally murmurs to himself, a quiet word of encouragement, a soft question. "I think it's a 7-iron, honey," he'd ask the air. "You think it'll break to the left?" The young man is no longer just playing a round of golf. He's bearing witness to a love story that time could not erase. He sees the course not as a series of holes, but as a scrapbook of shared moments. They arrive at the 18th and final hole, The sun is higher now, warming the day. The old man has played well, a steady, heartfelt round. He has one last putt to finish, a tricky 10-footer with a slight break. He lines it up, his hands trembling slightly. He steps back, frustration clouding his face. He's struggling with this last shot, the one that will end his Sunday ritual for another year. The young golfer watches him, his heart aching for the man. He steps forward slightly and says, his voice barely a whisper, she'd say, "You've got this." The old man freezes. He turns to look at the young golfer, and a genuine teary-eyed smile breaks across his face. It's a smile of gratitude, of recognition, of shared humanity. He turns back to his ball, takes a deep breath, and with a smooth, confident stroke, sinks the putt. The ball drops into the cup with a satisfying finality. He doesn't cheer. He just stands there for a moment, head bowed before looking up at the sky. The round is over. They shake hands at the clubhouse, a bond forged over 18 holes and a lifetime of love. The young golfer watches as the old man gets into his car and drives away, a lone figure heading back into the world, leaving the sunrise and the memories behind on the course. And in that moment, the young man understands something profound. Some people don't play to win a game or beat an opponent. They don't play for a score or a trophy. Some people play to remember. They play to keep a conversation going, to walk with a ghost, to feel a love that will never, ever fade. Thanks for watching. If this story touched you, please like and subscribe for more.